Welcome back, my friends, to the show that never ends. And before we go any further, I'd like to tell you, hot off the press, I am doing a quiz night in a pub. Now, before you all say this is where his career is going, and it's been going for a long while, this is a friend of mine's pub, and it's where I live, in the Hamble. It's called the King and Queen. And Wednesday night, prior to my girlfriend coming back from Thailand, nice and brown with a few white bits, I hope, so I'm doing a quiz night in the pub. It's great. It's 4 lots of questions. There's prizes and there's money going to the local lifeboat people. And it's the King and Queen pub, the King and Queen restaurant come pub in the Hamble, and it's Wednesday night. And you'll have to phone up to book a table because they're obviously going like hotcakes. I mean, you know, come on, be fair. And talking of hotcakes and hot things, a special mention must be made for Nadia Whittome. Nadia, you're a lovely Labour MP, darling, and it's so good that women are in the forefront of politics now, especially the Labour front bench. You can have a look. It's rather lovely. And she, of course, has visited that awful barge in Weymouth, where there's poor people that have had to suffer coming 22 miles across the channel in an inflatable boat with a compass and a GPS, and rescued by the lifeboat people and escorted by the French and the Royal Navy and Border Force to be taken to this barge, and it's quite awful. These people have suffered enough. They don't have to sit there and watch television and get free food and buses into Weymouth. And she is quite disgusted about how inhumanely they are treated. Well, Miss Whittome, fuck off. There are homeless people in Weymouth. There's homeless veterans wandering around. There's people from this country of all different colours with British passports suffering. There's old age pensioners in this country who can't afford to put 2 bars on their electric fire this Christmas. Eh? They've got enough money for fucking bingo, though, the old cows. No, I'm just kidding. I'm kidding. So that Bibby Stockholm barge, that is absolute luxury for these people. So Mrs. Whittome, part of the new government that we're going to have, so they tell us, for the Labour Party. Well, I'm not even going to. I'm tearing her off the script now. That's it. Don't speak to me ever about this person. Okay? Oh, shit. Oh! You've been wiping things on that. Right. Here we go. So I've got to tell you, I won't bore you now on here because we're going to have a go at a few other nutty people. But I had the most terrible disaster at a dinner party in my house the other evening. I decided to invite 5 people up from the pub. And so I cooked a cottage pie. And you need to go on Ustream. I know this is not much of an incentive, but you hear what happened and it goes on a little bit, and I want to talk to you lot about something else. So come over to Ustream and hear about my cottage pie and how it went completely tits up. I mean, literally, there's a young person's word, literally went tits up and landed on the floor. But anyway, come over to Ustream, go to ustream.com, sign up. You can sign for a month or you can sign for a year, an annual subscription, and get 2 months free, or you can sign up for life, or by the look of some of you, it'll only be a couple of weeks anyway, looking at me. Right, so let's just talk briefly about Epstein and the pedo island. Now there's a feeding frenzy going on. I can't wait to be arrested myself and taken. They normally get me at the end. Have we got everyone? There's Jim Davidson. Yeah, get him. He's bound to have been there. Oh, look, he must have been there. He's got a bit of a tan. No, it wasn't a bit of a tan. It was a real cock up in some fucking tanning place down in Southampton while I was waiting for Mike to cook my cod and chips. But anyway, so this Epstein now, apparently, there are pictures. Listen to this. This is in the Mail, of scantily clad women on an island in the Caribbean. What are they expecting, to be dressed up like Jack Hawkins from The Cruel Sea? Absolutely ridiculous. And now some woman has said that she's got a recording of basically anyone that's been famous, anyone she can name, and she's mentioned Richard Branson, that well-known self-licking ice cream, was down there. Apparently, according to her, was involved in all this stuff. Well, everyone's involved in this stuff. It's a Caribbean island. It lends itself to scantily clad women. Do you remember Ursula Andress coming out of the sea? Was it Dr. No in that white bikini with the diver's knife? That must have given every young man a woody for months. In fact, I've got a woody now on the strength of that. But guess what's going to happen in future? Oh no, it's now going to have trigger warnings on James Bond. This uses language of a foregone era. It sees men kissing women. Imagine that. Oh, ding! Who have we got? Oh, it's Ian Fleming. Oh, he's just sent me a picture of him turning in his grave. Okay, well, there you go. So come over to Ustream. We'll have a little chat about a few other little things. Well, I'm going to talk about the Royal Marines as well, because Peach Snaps, our well-known Defence Secretary, he's done most jobs that's going, isn't he? Because he's little and makes the desks look bigger. They're going to thinking of mothballing HMS Albion and HMS Bulwark, which I always thought they were mothballed anyway. They now are saying, we want to know exactly what the Royal Marines do. And Lieutenant Colonel, he's now retired, Ewan Southby Taylor, he's the one that did all the mapping of the Falklands prior to the landing there on the 21st of May. He is saying that this is a terrible thing. Look, Ian, I've done your bit. I've done it. Okay, stop it. For fuck's sake. And these people leave me alone. Anyway, let's quickly just talk about Joy Coy. He's the comedian, did the Golden Globes. One word to say to you, wanker. Okay, see you on Ustream, ustream.com. Be there or be square.
Well, hello one and all, and welcome to the Laughter Class.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.